Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So Brian Windhorst is sick of everybody hyping Paul George. Oh, he's on the 76ers. Philly's not a favorite. Oh, they're going to win the championship. You always see this nonsense. You add a great player to a team, and they automatically become the favorite, and they're going to win it all. And I do agree with Brian Windhorst. Paul George have never won anything. Like I said, the only thing we have on his resume, he went to the finals when he was in Indiana 2 times. But the East was super weak, and the PG then wasn't the PG now. He was an up-and-coming star. He wasn't there yet. He had a solid team. He had a very good team. It wasn't because of him why they made it to the finals. He was a part of the whole situation, but it wasn't just him. They had a really good team. But everybody needs to stop overhyping players in general, overhyping Paul George, and he haven't won anything. I mean, the man went to OKC. He had Carmelo, Russell Westbrook, Donovan Mitchell bounced him out the playoffs. He went to the Clippers for 5 seasons. What do he have to show for it? So all this overhyping old Paul George, yes, he's a great player. We got to stop overhyping the situation. Will his impact be felt in Philly? Of course it will. You're adding a two-way player, a great player, future Hall of Famer. He could shoot the 3. He could ball. He's a great defender or a pretty solid defender. So yes, you're going to feel his impact alongside Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and them boys. Of course. But I'm not going to jump out the window and be like, oh, Philly's the favorite. They're going to go to the finals. The Celtics just won the championship, and they have a pretty deep team. You would have to go through Boston, and Boston is a very good team. So I'm not just going to hand the keys to the Philadelphia 76ers because Paul George joined the team. Slow down, man. Everybody's always jumping the guns. One move being made, oh shit, all of a sudden, the 76ers are the best team in the East. All of a sudden. They haven't proven anything. Until proven otherwise, they are the same team. Of course, they're better talent-wise, but you got to show me. I'm not going to sit here and, no, you got to show me. Joel Embiid got to show me. Paul George have to show me. You got to make it to the NBA Finals and show me. I'm not going to put you above Boston. They just won the championship. Of course, Paul George is going to make him better. He's going to ease the load on Joel Embiid and the team. You could actually make Joel Embiid rest. Joel Embiid could actually get his rest while Paul George is in the game. So yes, his impact is going to be felt. That's no question. But I'm not going to say they're the favorite in the East because Boston is the favorite in the East. They are the champions. Their team is just as good, if not better. We are just going to have to see what happens in the regular season, in the postseason. I'm not going to start crowning a team who never won anything and crowning players who have never won anything. That don't make any sense. So I do agree with Brian Windhorst. Everybody needs to stop overhyping Paul George like he did something. What have he done? Look what happened in last year's postseason. That was his chance to prove something. That was his audition, whether the Clippers would pay him or not. I think it would have helped if he went to the Western Conference Finals or they had a deep postseason run. Maybe Steve Ballmer would have, forked out the money and pay him, but they flunked out in the first round. Like, why would anybody pay for that? So Brian Windhorst expressed his frustration on First Take regarding the ongoing narrative surrounding Paul George's addition to a team. Like, if you add Paul George, it's a game changer. Yes, he's going to help your roster. He's going to help your team, but the situation is overhyped, and he haven't won anything. Joel Embiid haven't won anything. So let's not overhype the situation. They both have a lot to prove. I don't care about what if, potential. No, you got to show and prove. And until Paul George do that, there's nothing to be super hype about. Yes, if you are a 76ers fan, you should be happy. We got another great player on the team. Great. In that regard, okay. But don't jump out the window, we're going to win the championship. Relax, because they have a lot to prove, man. They haven't proven anything. So this is what Brian Windhorst had to say. Let me say this about Paul George. Obviously, that's a huge moment. It's certainly the headline of the summer, without question. This is the fourth time in about 7 years that Paul George has been a headliner off an off-season move, one when he was traded on June 30th from Indiana to Oklahoma City. The following year, when the Lakers and other teams were ready to make a big pitch to him, and he re-signed. If you remember, just all of a sudden showed up at party with Russell Westbrook. That became a massive moment where the Thunders were able to keep him. The year after that, when he was included in one of the greatest and the most amazing trades in history of the NBA, where he and Kawhi went together to the Clippers. This is now this time. So this is now the fourth time that you could say that he was a leading headline in the offseason. The previous three had led to what? And that's my point. I'm not sure. I certainly recognize that the 76ers are a formidable team. I think they're going to need a year. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on them to win this year. I know that that's the thing that you would say is, well, now Embiid's got to win. And I agree, especially for a team that hasn't gotten to the conference finals. That certainly would be the barrier. But historically, we've seen teams, when they hollow out their roster to create a big three, they always need more time to backfill that roster. And I'm going to give the Sixers that time to backfill that roster. But I'm tired of sitting here the first week of July and declaring that a Paul George arrival changes everything. Because I believe that with the Clippers, I thought that team was set up to dominate. Now we had the pandemic, and that obviously affected Paul George significantly. But bottom line, I'm just going to wait back a little bit before I'm willing to just assume that this fit will mean the changing of the guard somewhere. So that's what Brian Windhorst had to say. And I do agree with him, man. Relax. Let's see what transpires. Give it some time. Let's not overhype this move because, like he said, we have seen Paul George go to OKC. Nothing became of it. We have seen Paul George join the Clippers. Nothing became of it. No championships, no Western Conference Finals. Paul George joining the 76ers. Let's not overhype the situation. Let's sit back, keep our eyes peeled, and see what transpires, man. Wait for the regular season and the postseason, and we'll see what happens. But I am excited to see how this all pans out, man. Can the 76ers upset the Celtics? Because the Boston Celtics, they're the big fish. You got to take down the Celtics. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and them boys. Well, we're going to see what happens in the East, man. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.